Are you ready for your local fix of celeb culture, Mzansi fashion, and all that's trending? I'm your host, Lauren Janae.
And I am Vuyo Mgwela. Welcome to your weekly and local fix of all that is happening in the entertainment world. Get ready, because this is Entertainment Files.
On this week's episode, we'll visit South Africa's first monochrome pop-up store hosted by Skip.
And Lauren finds out exactly what all the fuss is about when it comes to the latest beauty trend, the vampire facial.
Then Vuyo sits down with the dynamic and diverse hip-hop duo Dream Team. If you're a fashionista like us, then you'll agree that in fashion, it's always a question of black or white, as black and white have been and always will be an on-trend color combo. And because of that, some of SA's top designers, Prime Obsession and Imprint, decided to put together a monochrome collection pop-up store in Sandton City. Algo Vuyo went to go and check it out.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Files. Now we are here at the Skip monochrome pop-up shop to chat with two designers. Well, to find out who are these two designers, do follow me because I think I'm ready. Are you ready? No? Okay. What inspired your creation?
It was an interesting collaboration with Skip. I was given the theme monochrome. Everyone who follows the brand Imprint knows that I'm all about prints and I'm all about color. So for me to kind of take it back and keep it very minimal, it was very exciting, also very challenging. And I was excited to come up with this visually exciting collection still.
This collaboration has been great because they weren't restricting us in terms of like what we could design or the way that we could go. They were just like, you know what, we're doing a monochrome collection. It's for our dark and white detergents. So be as creative as you can. Do what your brand does.
How hard was it to minimize your colors and do what they've asked, because they are all about monochrome?
It was challenging. It was very hard, especially for me. I believe that color brings life, color brings excitement. So a lot of times I found myself wanting to put just a bit of color maybe in the lining of the jacket or the lining of the coat, but I tried and I fought myself and I was able to make it.
Now, most of your designs are, I would say that they're inspired by within the 60s. Tell us why the 60s.
A weird thing, I completely believe that somehow, maybe in my past life, I lived in the Sophia town because I'm very much connected. And also, for me, there's something very powerful about that era. If you look at the fact that South Africa at that time, there was nothing positive to look forward to. There was no beauty around. And for those people to sort of put themselves together that beautifully and to have those beautiful, stylish women of substance. You see those gentlemen, and to think that they were dodging bullets all the time. So for me, that's very powerful, and I always draw from them.
Where do we see you in the next future?
There's a lot of things going on. I'm going to be doing a fashion week in Joburg, which is, I've done a lot of fashion weeks inside and outside of South Africa, but in Joburg it's going to be the first time. So there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of people looking at the brand, and given the fact that my last collection was sort of like the collection that everyone was talking about, so there's a lot of pressure. And doing something in New York, I can't confirm right now, but that's super exciting. And yeah, there's a lot of international focus on the brand, so it's the greatest time to be a designer for Imprint.
It's been a very great opportunity like working with Skip right now, and I hope there will be more collaborations between us, whether in the near future or in the far future. But I think this was a very important collaboration because it's not just about us creating clothes, it's also like contributing to like the development of young people, like actually studying design. So it's I hope I get more collaborations like this with Skip.
Well, those were our two designers collaborating with Skip. Now do stay tuned to find out what's happening next week on Entertainment Files, your local fix.
It's now time to take a look at social media and find out what's been trending this week. We've got a new look, someone gets married, and a powerful woman using her influence for a good cause.
Well, that's right, a new look. Who could it be? And of course, it's none other than AKA. Out of all the stunts AKA has pulled throughout his rap career, this is the most unexpected.
It seems that dyeing your hair color with a pop of color might be the season's trend, and AKA is in on it. Or could it be the post-breakup hairstyle?
Well, let us know your thoughts on AKA's new look by tweeting or Facebooking us using the hashtag #EntertainmentFile.
Now, sorry, ladies, this man is off the market.
Oh, yep. Big congratulations to Nyaniso Dzedze, who celebrated his special day in London with all of his family and friends.
Known for his role on Ashes to Ashes, the actor finally tied the knot with his longtime girlfriend, Jana Seidel.
Well, he shared this beautiful picture on Instagram saying, "I don't have words for all this. Welcome to the world, Mr. and Mrs. Dzedze."
Local actress and wildlife advocate Pearl Thusi has collaborated with Humane Society International Africa to warn residents and tourists against attractions that offer cub petting and lion walks.
Now, the Quantico actress and HSI Africa launched their Snaggle scam awareness raising campaign on World Lion Day, and with a video of her visit to a lion cub petting and lion walk tourist attraction.
HSI Africa then took her on a safari where she could see lions roaming free in the wild.
Now, after the experience, actress pledged to do her best to learn, grow, and fight for the rights of Africa's wild lion and all animals that need the same assistance. Take a look at the video posted on Facebook.
The lions seem to be the more profitable situation for this whole business model that seems to exist right under our noses. The other thing that bothered me was the cages basically could have been much bigger. There was a lot of space there, but that's where they were kept, and then, you know, they get used to walk the people around, and there are other animals there somewhat, and you can see they're all divided by age, and it's like a sausage factory. They get moved from one place to the next depending on how old they are and what they're being used for at the time.
It sounds and looks like it's an absolute nightmare, yet it's actually one of the industry's most requested treatments, the vampire facial. And as with many seemingly crazy beauty habits and trends, we have the Kardashians to thank for it. So what is exactly the vampire facial? Well, our girl Lauren went to find out.
Ever heard of a vampire facial? No, I'm not talking about Dracula here. What I am talking about is one of the latest trends in skincare. International celebrities such as Kim Kardashian West are massive fans of this treatment because it holds big results. It might look scary, but we've got beauty blogger Sheena D here to try it out.
Are you nervous?
I'm anticipating pain, yeah.
This is gonna numb you. I guess the vampire was associated with blood, so people think it's very gory, and it's actually not. What we end up with is a golden yellow liquid that gets injected into the skin, so it's not a very bloody procedure as you might think.
The term that we use is platelet-rich plasma, and that's the definition of everything, or all the different methods of using platelets to produce the effects that we want. So this is the blood that we drew from our patient. We're putting it into the centrifuge. So it spins at 3,660 revolutions a minute, which is quite a lot. And we do that for 20 minutes.
Look, I spend a lot of time in the sun, and that's just my personal preference. I love being in the sun. And over time, you definitely see what sun damage does to your skin, even if you use a good sunblock. You get fine lines, lots of freckles, and deeper pigmentation that, you know, as you get older, doesn't go away as quickly as you were in your 20s. So I definitely wanted to start getting rid of fine lines. I'm starting to see under my eye area, my forehead area, and those areas that are directly exposed to sun, like your forehead, your nose, and your cheek areas. That was my main concern.
So here we've got the tubes that have now been in the centrifuge for 20 minutes. This dark yellow part is our platelet poor plasma. Then this whitish part is platelet rich plasma, which is basically what we're after because all the good stuff and growth factors is in this layer. Platelet-rich plasma can really improve everything in the skin, so there's not really any contraindications to this. Also, it's the patient's own blood, so it's autologous and can be done for everyone and treating every kind of skin concern. So aging of the skin, wrinkles, fine lines, texture, sagging. It's fantastic for acne.
Acne and acne scars.
Yeah, scarring, brilliant to heal scars as well.
And then again, to stimulate hair growth, we use it with something called hair filler. We use it in the body for stretch marks, for breasts, for skin tightening and thickening, for disguising cellulite. So it's really one of those things that because we're working on the texture and quality of the skin, we're thickening the dermis. And so whatever's happening underneath becomes less visible. But that makes it quite valuable in areas, for example, around the eyes, in the body, lips. You can use it to make somebody look younger and smoother without making them look blown up, if that makes sense.
Because this comes from your own blood, it's also only as good as what is inside your body, right? So
most people's reviews are good. You know, you do get people who like absolutely say do not go for a vampire facial, but I think it's dependent on who you go to, how experienced your doctor is, look at reviews and those sort of things. Yeah.
Try to keep your head still, okay?
We're going to do both of us at the same time. We're both going to inject you at the same time to confuse your nerves so that you don't know what you're supposed to be feeling from where. Aesthetic medicine's growing and it will eventually become something very widely accepted. Like everybody has somebody to cut their hair, everybody will have someone who's looking after their face and body and from an aesthetic point of view. So I think it'll only grow from here.
Dependent on the results. So I'm eager to see what I look like, and I'll definitely be putting it up on my Instagram, my stories and that sort of thing. Just, today what I look like tomorrow and then the next week, and see what the results are. And if it works, I will definitely do it again. It's not something that is so miserable and horrible that you wouldn't do again. If it works, so I would do it.
No need for Dracula or aging skin when it comes to this treatment. I guess the vampire facial isn't all that bad.
It's time for a short break.
When we return, get ready to meet a dynamic and diverse hip-hop duo from Durban doing their best. Don't go anywhere.